Manali trip as a couple, and post the floods, Manali has changed a lot. It's not what it used to be. It takes a little bit longer in terms of travel to reach from Chandigarh or Delhi, but overall the experience in Manali is still the same. The climate has healed itself, I would say, in terms of the floods have gone because the monsoon has gone and the roads are back. And if you're a couple who's looking to travel to Manali for your honeymoon or maybe for a winter escape, then this is the perfect opportunity because everything is super affordable, and at the same time the people in Manali are eager to welcome you back because they haven't seen tourists for a very long time since the flood. So what you should be keeping in mind, if I had to break it down into three simple steps, it is: number one is your travel from Delhi or Chandigarh. Volvo buses have resumed and they're going all the way till Volvo stand in Manali, so you don't have to compulsorily take a smaller vehicle or change vehicles. You can book a bus via any of the booking portal apps and you can go all the way straight to the Volvo bus stand. HRTC and the private operators are both plying all the way to Manali. The second thing is the stay in Manali is up to you based on your budget where you want to stay. You want to stay in New Manali, you want to stay in Old Manali, you want to stay in Simsa, you want to stay in Prini, you want to stay in Banu Bridge, or you want to stay in Raisen. It's up to you where you want to stay and what kind of an experience are you seeking from your couple holiday to Manali. I would personally recommend Yolo Cafe Manali, since that's our in-house resort in Manali, and that's arguably the best place for any couple looking for an offbeat experience to get the real flavor of Manali without having the crowd and the hustle and bustle of New and Old Manali. The third thing that you have to keep in mind that I would recommend on this vlog would be: where would you be interested in traveling and what are the sightseeing that has to be done in Manali. So without doubt, if you're on a budget, the best thing that you should be doing is taking the public transportation in and out. And if you're the kind of couple who wants to have a taxi with you always, a vehicle, it really doesn't make sense having a vehicle in Manali because most of the places you have to walk, and if you have a taxi you'll most probably be stuck in a traffic jam because everybody is with a taxi and the lanes are extremely narrow. That especially the one from New Manali to Old Manali, the 3 kilometers is extremely narrow. So it's better to walk up or maybe hire a rickshaw. If you see that there are rickshaws going up, it works out much more economical. An absolute must visit place when you're on your Manali trip is to go to Sisu. The trip to Sisu would cost you anywhere between 2,500 to say 4-5,000 depending on the season and the rush basically. And it is a day trip which will take you from the greenery in Manali to the barren landscape of Lahore and Spiti, and it is an absolute must. It's the fastest way to get there is via Atal Tunnel, and that's a beautiful experience because if you're looking for good pictures of on your couple holiday, then doing the journey to Sisu is where you will get all the breathtaking photos that you're looking for. Going to Rohtang is pretty much a stereotype which most people do. You can club Rohtang and Sisu in one visit, but it's going to be extremely hectic, and if you're planning on doing that, make sure that you leave really early in the morning so that you have enough time to spend at each place. Early in the morning I would recommend would be roughly at around, say latest you move out from your hotel or your resort by 8:30 in the morning, so you have enough of time to cover both the places. Start off with Sisu and then do Rohtang because that's a easier way of covering both. The final thing, a suggestion would be, if you're traveling as a couple, don't go to the stereotype hotels that have been listed in the cafes. There are plenty of new cafes that have opened up in Old and New Manali. The ones which are usually crowded are the ones which are serving the best food, so don't go based on online reviews, go based on what you feel, the vibe and what you can experience over there. A must have while in Manali is the mutton curry and the momos along with a bit of pizzas because Old Manali specifically is well known for its continental and pizza. So make sure that you grab a good cafe seat so that you will have a good vibe by the riverside maybe, or with the view of the snow-capped mountains. Overall, as a couple, when it comes to safety, be assured that nobody is going to trouble you, nobody is going to harm you, or nobody is going to go and loot you or eve tease you. It's a completely tourist friendly place, and network in Manali is out of the world. You'll get high speed 5G from Airtel and from Jio. Vodafone is a bit scratchy. It's very hard to get Vodafone network, but Airtel and Jio are phenomenal in this part. So this should pretty much sum up. And if you're looking at the final thing is like, how many days do you need to travel and experience this entire thing that I've just spoken about? So honestly, you need a minimum of I would say 4 nights 5 days, because if you want to rush it, you can do it in 3 nights 4 days, because 2 nights will go in travel and minimum 2 nights to explore everything. So that would be 4 nights 5 days is the bare minimum that you need to do this. And we have a trip which is called Offbeat Manali, where we can do this entire experience for you in a budget. The link is in the description. Do subscribe and follow us to get more information about all the places that we are covering and other places in India.